is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Hello? Yes. 1 minute. Good morning, gang. It's Saturday, the 16th of January, 2021. Welcome along to this United Kingdom Talk coming to you live from Television Centre in Bracknell this morning with sound. How fabulous is that? This morning with sound as well. Greetings, gang. Some texts already coming in this morning. Mike in Brighton. Morning, Mike. He only managed 3 hours sleep last night. And there's probably a reason for that. Mike was up. Actually, I hope I didn't take up too much of your time, Mike, last night. But we had a little go at fixing my laptop last night. Won't turn on. You know, my laptop won't turn on, unfortunately. All we've got is a HP laptop. And the caps, well, you try and turn it on and you can hear the fan going round and the caps lock just lights like that. It blinks. It's the only light that blinks, and it blinks slowly and it blinks regularly, and that's all it does. So please don't now go on the internet and start searching for things. Already done it, and so has Mike, all right? There's no point in cutting and pasting stuff all the time. You've got to know what you're talking about rather than guessing, and we've done all that already. And to no avail, I'm afraid. I took the back off it, which actually wasn't too bad at all doing that. Although I have, of course, damaged the case slightly. Never mind. Which you would expect me to do in any sort of DIY whatsoever, okay? Really, any DIY, bit of painting, I'll drop it on the carpet. You know, hole in the wall, it'll be too big. Don't even ask me to look at your roof. The rain will be coming in forevermore. Managed to get the computer page, so just couple of bits of scratching, but whatever. Anyway, I took that off. We took out the memory and put it back and give it a little clean and put that back in again. What's the other thing we did? Shorted out took the battery out. There's a little, like a flat battery, the little round thing in it. Took that out and shorted out the two terminals within the computer. Put that back in again, put it all together. No, still doesn't work. So we're going to take that into the repair. But as I say, yeah, don't start cutting and pasting stuff because everyone's a bloody expert, you know, when it comes to the internet. The doctors hate it. The doctors actually hate the internet because whenever people go in and, I've looked it up on the internet, doesn't make you an expert, I'm afraid. Really doesn't. Talking of doctors, can I just ask, does anyone use a brown inhaler? I've got two. I never used to use the brown one. But I used it once, about a year ago. I started using it once in the morning and once in the evening. And it made minor difference, actually quite a lot of difference to the amount of times I used the blue one. But when the cow rings up from the doctor's surgery, Miss Noel, the prescription secretary. Oh, she's full of it, that one, dear. You can't have a joke with her on the phone. Hello, is that Mr. Reardon? Hello, is that Dot? How are you today? Hello there, it's Dorothy here from the surgery. I know, Dorothy. How are you, my love? You all right? Just ringing about your medication. She won't have any of it. She won't have a laugh on the phone. Miserable cow. I like to have a laugh on the phone. Those of you that bother ringing me. I think my phone might have rung twice last year and all that time, like all those people I know. Anyway, she's insistent on by using the brown one correctly. I shouldn't need the blue one at all. So she upped the dose to 2 puffs in the morning. Like that. And 2 puffs in the evening. Well, I'm sure it's brought on a bit of a cough. Really. Seriously. I'm sure it's brought on a bit of a cough. Of course, the only way to check it out is to stop taking it completely, I think, and see how that goes. But has anyone else come across that at all? I did what I told you not to do. Look that up on the internet today, and there are a few sites that say they can actually pick you up on. They can cause a little bit of a cough. You see. Now, why have I got bloody messages flashing up here? I haven't got anything open yet. That's strange. Hang on a minute. Let's just try and turn that. That's going to be annoying, that is. I mean, the whole idea of not being able to see the messages is that I can go on to the show until I'm ready to take them. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Can't bear it, dear. 1 minute. Why is that coming up there? That shouldn't come up there. I'll have to deal with that later. There we are. Right. Yes, so I just wondered if anyone else had that brown inhaler at all. I know what I'll do. I'll close it. Hang on. I'll quit Skype before we actually use it. You'll be able to call in a little bit later if you want to, gang. Yes, and there does seem to be a few people who it does appear to cause a coughing on. So it might be worth me calling the doctors and seeing what they say. But I'm sure that brown thing is bringing on a cough, because in the morning when I get off, I don't really have this cough. Then I have a couple of these things, and quite soon afterwards, I start getting this blooming cough. I mean, you're swallowing it down your lungs. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it, eh? Anyway, there we are. There's a text number, 07551 259 675, if you want to text in this morning. And we'll be opening the phone lines a little bit later on as well. You can also use the email if you want. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And I must remember to keep a little eye on there, okay? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk if you want to send an email this morning. All right. We were reading some of the little text there just a moment there. Mike in Brighton there. Good morning. Yes, poor Mike has only had 3 hours sleep this morning. You poor so-and-so. 3 hours, dear. Anyway, thanks very much for trying. We did try on the lab. I'm not so sure you're very good at computers, to be honest, Mike. Only we've tried a couple of times now with various, and you haven't been able to fix either of them. Is this because you used to work at Curry's? I mean, it makes sense, really, to be honest. It does make sense. The fact that you've worked at Curry's in the know-how department and haven't been able to get either of my computers working correctly. Morning to you. Thanks for last night, okay. Hello to Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Morning, Chris. Took your advice and watched Oliver Twist on the iPlayer, but I wish the BBC would stick to the story. Fancy not letting Fagin sing You Gotta Pick a Pocket or Two. You gotta pick a pocket or two. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Wasn't it terrible what they did to old Fagin? You know, I know he was after the money and all that, but at the end of the day, he looked after those after those boys, didn't he? He looked after them, he gave them food and somewhere to live, otherwise they'd be out on the street. And just because he was Jewish, they hanged him, and that's what the reason was. Awful. Awful. And then that horrible man, the judge in the court, said, renounce your religion and I'll let you live, basically. Of course you wouldn't, would you? Or he wouldn't, which is completely understandable. So he got, was it his head cut off or hanged? One of the two. Wasn't it horrible in those days, wasn't it? At least we're more accepting in this society now that we're in, aren't we? Everyone does their own thing and what have you. Thank you to Jeff and Linda. Good morning to you. Morning to Diane Jeb this morning. Good morning, Diane. Morning, Diane. Jason Hughes is in the house. Morning, Jason Hughes. Mike Rees-Ponto is in a very wet, drab Portsmouth. Well, I don't think you're going to be able to see it on the camera. No, you can't. So I won't bother. But there is a slight dusting of snow outside. You know. It looks like someone's run around the garden with dandruff and shaking their heads and it's gone all over my grass. The worms are not impressed. They don't like dandruff. It rots their teeth. We always had this, some of the drag queens told this joke. Used to tell this joke, you know, if you've got crabs, put sugar on the hair that is affected, right? And what happens is that the crabs continue to eat the hair and then their teeth fall out and they can't hurt you anymore. All right? Thank you very much. Good morning to Mark Bowles. Morning, Mark. Morning, peasants. Good morning, my peasant friends. How are you this morning? Hello to you. Good morning to Gary Ross. Hello, Gary. Hello to Mick Davenport. Morning, Mick. He's got his flu jab. Excellent. 3 months he's waited for that. Blimey, that's really late. That's really late, Mick. I had my flu jab, I think it was September. September I had my flu jab. Yeah, as early as that. They seem to be pretty quick off the mark, as long as Dot is in charge. Because she may be someone with no sense of humour, but she does seem to have her house in order, so to speak. She just won't have a laugh with you. Impossible. Morning to Peter Wright. Morning to you. Good morning to Fran Green. Morning, Fran. There we go. Fran's in the house as well. We'll also open the phone lines early today, okay? We'll open those phone lines early. Let's get those done now, all right? There we are. We're open that now. And I have a little ice cream story for you to start with. We all like an ice cream, don't we? Do you like an ice cream? Here's a picture of some ice cream. How about some of that in the morning? Like a little breakfast bowl full of ice cream rather than your Frosties or your dead animal sandwiches? Is that a nice thing to think of? Eh? Well, apparently you can get coronavirus from ice cream. Did you know that? No! It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it, eh? An investigation is underway in the Daily Mirror and some of the other papers this morning following the discovery of 3 contaminated samples of ice cream from the Tianjin Lakwai food company in the northern municipality of Tianjin in China. China! Yes, in China, gang. An investigation is underway. 3 samples tested positive for COVID-19. That's it. We can't eat ice cream anymore now. Throw it away, dear. Oh, Ben and... What's your favourite ice cream? Go on. What is it? Is it Ben and Jerry's cookie dough? Is it? Ben and... Oh, I don't know what it's called. Ben and Jerry's salted caramel. My nephew's wife likes Ben and Jerry's Kama Sutra. I hope they haven't got that book, my nephew and his wife, the Kama Sutra. Oh, no, get that thought out of my head now. No! Not people younger than me. No. Get out of my head. Oh God. They got all those books going. The discovery was made in batches produced by the Tianjin. I'm going to do it in Chinese accent, so it is more. Don't start screaming racist at me. Don't. I'm going to do. But excuse me. When people speak when people from China speak in English, do they or do they not have an accent? Do they? Do they speak English like you do? No, they have an accent. I would assume if I was clever enough, and I'm not, to speak Chinese, I bet I would have an accent. Exactly. So I will do it in Chinese accent. The discovery was made in batches produced by the Tianjin Daqiaoida food company in the northern municipality of Tianjin. It is not known yet how the virus came to be found inside the product, but an expert to say it is not a cause for panic. Oh, thank God for that. That's it. Don't chuck away your Ben and Jerry's. Incidentally, don't bother with Ben & Jerry's. And the reason is they do exactly the same stuff. Some, not all of them, not the whole range. Ben & Jerry's do a fantastic range of ice creams, as you well know. Oh, cookie dough. What's the one with the little chocolate pustules? I can't think what that is now. They're almost like Rolos. You know Rolos, where you've got the chocolate around the outside and the caramel on the inside. Would you give me your last Rolo? No! No, I wouldn't. You're not having it. Would you give me your... No! No Rolos for you. I would have them all myself. The only people I would give my last Rolos to is my great nieces and great nephews. That's the only people My sister? No! She wouldn't have it. Oh, wouldn't eat any of that anyway. On a diet. She wouldn't have it anyway. At least, not while Martin's watching. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Have you not noticed? I bet Martin's watching this morning. Have you not noticed how my sister goes into the toilet sometimes and you can hear the rustling of papers? She's eating sweets while sitting on the toilet. That's why. It's disgusting. Yeah. You wait until that sewer blocks up. It's sweet papers you're going to find down there. Huh? But Ben and Jerry's, they do the cookie dough, the chocolate pustules one with light Rolos in the ice cream. There's another one they do, maybe the Kama Sutra. They do that one, but different names in Aldi. And instead of, the co-op are charging £5.50 for a blooming Ben and Jerry's. Wouldn't pay that for an ice cream. Unless I was going around my nephews, that's different. Not for myself. Absolutely not. £5.50 for a tub of ice cream. You're off your heads. Aldi, £1.89. Same thing. I kid you not. What's your favourite ice cream? Would you like to ring in and tell me? Lines are open now. Operators are standing by. Stand by, operators. Stand by, please, operators. Yep. The lights are coming up. Start taking all the calls. Thank you. Thank you. The operators are now standing by for your call, boys and girls. What is your favourite ice cream? I'm not a fan of Magnums. Not really. I find them highly processed. Highly processed. Back to this. Hopefully we won't get coronavirus off ice creams. Apparently, this particular ice cream, it's not known how the virus came to be inside the product, but don't panic. The ice cream was made with milk powder from New Zealand and the whey powder from the Ukraine. This stuff is coming from all over the place, dear. We never had this problem when we were growing our own carrots or onions. It's coming from all over the place. They're all trying to kill us, dear. Virologist. Oh, that sounds important, isn't it? It's a virologist. Virologist Dr. Stephen Giffen from the University of Leeds told Sky News how's that cow, Kay Burley? Bye, Kay. Self-righteous bitch, that isn't it, eh? Horrible woman. Horrible woman. Virologist from the University of Leeds told Sky News it's likely this has come from a person. From a person. And without knowing the details, I think it's probably a one-off. Well, thank God for that, dear. Perhaps we need to... Is there some way of sort of, putting ice cream through you can get that antivirus spray, can't you? Do you spray it with that first? All my stuff gets sprayed or washed when it comes in the house now. It does, absolutely. Mike in Brighton. Rum and raisin ice cream is the best. Not had it for years. Oh, I've heard of that. Have I had it or not? I don't think I have, actually. I don't think I've had rum and raisin ice cream. Jeff says that it snowed here for the last 4 days. Linda and I have had COVID vaccination yesterday. Good. Well done to you two. Ow, I'm not having that. I don't know what's in it. There might be microchips in that waiting to control us all. Why do you think they'd want control you all to do what? To do what? Why would they want to control you all? No common sense, people. Hang on a minute. Look, he sent a picture of his there we are. It's all snow where Jeff lives. Look. Apologies of the fingerprints on this iPhone SE. Oh, I saw there's a new iPhone coming out. They're talking about a £400 iPhone coming out. Yeah. Smaller than the other ones. Hang on a minute. Let's just clear some old messages down. Don't want to read them out twice, dear. No one's that popular. Not even... Well, probably me, but not anyone else. All right. Good morning to Michael Pullman in Australia. A very good morning to you, Michael. Welcome to our little show. We are an evening show in Australia, gang. An evening show. What else have we got here? Paul Copeland's there. Good morning to Paul Copeland's this morning. Oh, what's he done there? Oh, he's sent me something. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that later. All right, Paul. He sent me a little bit of music and things like that. Okay, 0208 144 3477. If you'd like to call in this morning, can I just take a thank you? I'd like to take a moment to thank people, not only for this but the radio show as well. There are certain people, you know who you are, who constantly share the show on their walls. All right, so thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. Certain people, and I try and message you. I may have messaged you already. I can't remember now, and thanked you personally for that. Okay, so thanks so much for sharing the show there. All right, my darlings, and I was also and thank you. Some of you also kindly send thank you texts after the show as well to our little texting number, top left hand corner there, 07551 259 675. So those of you that send thank you for the show type text, thank you to that as well. I do see them, don't worry, I do see them. All right, my loves, I'm quite excited today. I do believe something is going to arrive in my letterbox today. Yes, I have ordered something, boys and girls. I have ordered something. Now, I must apologise. Okay, this morning I forgot to have a shave. Look. I think I look quite butch like this, don't you? I forgot to have a shave. At the moment, and the reason is I don't really want to shave at the moment. I've got these pig awful razors. Disposable razors from Audi. Not from Audi, from Lidl. Now, Audi do a disposable razor with a changeable head, so you buy the handle, which is just a plastic thing. Change it. Now, they're quite good. Admittedly, they're quite good. But I bought some of the blue disposable ones. I think you're supposed to just use them once and throw them away. Well, even on the first use, they tend to cut my face up a bit. And I made myself really sore here last week. You may have remembered a mark there. So I keep getting these adverts from Harry's Razors. So fellas, do any of you use Harry's Razors? Any of you use those? They do like a free trial, okay, of stuff. And I'm waiting for it to arrive. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. It says track package. Or shall we track the package? I ordered a trial set which includes Truman razor, shaving gel, travel blade cover. I think that's it. Oh no, hang on a minute. Just a minute. What have I ordered? Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, so you get a blade on there as well. And that was £11.50, but trial £4.95 I paid for that. That's not bad, is it? That's a good deal. Once you get a Truman razor, shaving gel, travel blade cover, £4.95. Okay, so that's on its way to me. And then it's either, I can't remember now. Hang on, I'll tell you. Let me look it up. Where's my order? Is it there? No, it's not there. Where is it now? Has anyone used Harry's Razors? Introducing your shaving plan. Here we go. Dispatches. So every 3 months, I get 8 Harry's blades, which are like, 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many they are, actually. Are they 3 or 5? 1, 2, 3 in a little cartridge. You get 8 of those every 3 months, and that's £14. That sounds a really good deal to me. Does it you? And they just come in the post. And if you want to change it at any time, you just tell them. Maybe you're getting too many blades or you've built up a stock of them. You just tell them to stop and it stops. I think that's really good. So I thought I'd give them a go. Harry's Razors, they're called. Harry's Razors. Have a look at them up. They do different things in there. Has anyone signed up to that at all, I wonder? Do let us know. 07551 259 675. If you're in the chat box and you haven't watched the show before, a very good morning to you. Just to let you know, I do not go in the chat box. I can't see it at all in front of me. You're welcome to say what you want on there. Within reason, there are moderators who will cut you off. And don't tell me if you've been cut off by a moderator. I'm not interested, okay? Why have I been cut off? Nothing to do with me, okay? You must have said something wrong. There wouldn't be a reason for that. But you won't be able to contact me in the chat box. Please, if you want to, you can either send an email up there, which is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or you can use the text number up there, 07551 259 675. 07551 259 675. That's how to send me a message, okay? Don't send it on the Skype or anything like that, because that's off. I don't use that. All right, you can only send a message to me either by email or the text message above there, 07551 259 675, or chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or you can call in. The phone number will be appearing again in a moment or two. A very good morning to Maureen. Morning, Maureen in London. Hello, my darling. I still like the Cadbury's Flake 99 Cornettos. Just one cornetto, give it to me. Delicious ice cream from Italy. She has one a day after our dinner. Oh, you don't care, do you, Maureen? A cornetto every day you have ice cream? That's outrageous. Every day she has ice cream, Maureen, don't you? Gosh. Oh, you are naughty. Morning to Gary Ross. Morning, Gary. Chris, for the benefit of tape, what dialect of Chinese were you speaking? I've no idea. Was it Cantonese, Mandarin? Yours faithfully, your leader, Big King Ding a Ling Ping Pong. I have no idea what dialect I'm reading there. I have no idea at all. All right. We got a super chat there. Mick Davenport has sent a £3.99 super chat. Thank you, Mick. There you go, Mick. Thank you very much. Mick Davenport sends a £3.99 super chat. So I'm going to give him 4 free raffle tickets here. Okay, you get 4 free raffle tickets for that, Mick Davenport. And that will go in for the Super Chat prize next week. Super Chat prize this week. Anyone who sends a £1 Super Chat will get a free raffle ticket to go in for the Super Chat prize, which this week is an Echo Dot. Dash 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 dot. Morse code there for those of you that were wondering. There you go. All right, an Echo Dot. There you go. All right, so you've got 4 free raffle tickets for that. It could be you that wins it, Mick. Because you're the only one who's got any raffle tickets so far, actually. There's only 4 raffle tickets in there at the moment, all right? So once again, anytime you send a £1 super chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket to go in for the super chat draw for the Echo Dot. All right, my darlings, let's put those there. Okay. And I shall buy some ice cream with that. Not for £5.50, I won't, dear. Shocking state of affairs. Right, phone number 020-8144-3477. Who remembers? Morning to John Parrish. He's in our new cottage now. Just emailed you some pictures of weather up here. Thank you, sir. What's this? Mick Davenport. I sent you a suit. Oh, we've done that. Mike. I tried Shave Kit, which is similar to Harry's. I don't like them as the handle shape felt awkward and didn't like the shave results. Well, what are you using the handle for? Oh, you naughty boy, Mike. It's not for that. You're supposed to hold the handle and shave your face. Are you turning it up the other way round, dear? I think so. I found this on the internet on someone's Facebook yesterday. Look at this. Do you remember that? Remember those? Tower Records. And it took me back to a time where I used to buy records. And then from records onto CDs after that. Anyone ever go to a Tower record store? The one I used to go to was in Piccadilly in London. When I started DJing, we were all on records, of course. There were no CDs. There were no computers. No DJ had a computer sitting there in front of him. We played records, and it was heavy. It was heavy. When I started DJing, I collected these records. The first record I ever bought... What was the first record you ever bought? First record I ever bought was Little Jimmy Osmond. I'll be your long-haired lover from Liverpool, and I'll do anything you say. That one. What was your first record you ever bought? And I used to go to Woolworths when I was a little boy. Just used to go to Woolworths, bought records in there, and then went to other. I think it was just Woolworths we went to. Oh no, there was a clothes shop in Roehampton where we lived, and it was at Roehampton High Street. Martin, if you're watching, you'll know this. There was a gentleman's clothes shop, and he used to sell records as well. And I'd go in there now and again and buy one record. You know, as time moved on, I bought more and more albums and things like that. I didn't really buy many albums, mainly singles. And I had this pirate radio station. And then when I started DJing, of course, I bought many more records. But they were still coming from like Woolworths and this particular place up the road. I'd collected them over the years, you know. And jumble sales. Jumble sales were always a great place to get old 45 records like that. And then when I started DJing in clubs, I found this place in Parsons Green, which is quite near Fulham, in between sort of Putney and Fulham in London. It was you'd go over the bridge, over Putney Bridge, and then you'd turn right just after this pub, the King's Arms, and then go round, and there was like a sharp left. It was just on the corner there. I used to cycle. I'd moved out by now. I was living in my own flat in Wandsworth. And used to go on my bike. I mean, I wouldn't drive on the roads now in London on a bike. You must be joking. Dangerous. Danger! Danger! I've got my red alert. Danger! 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 Don't cycle on the roads in London. And we used to go around the corner and there would be this shop there and I would go in there, and after a few visits, they know you see. It was all very personal service. Not like now, you go in at Sainsbury's, you don't know who's on that till, do you? Unlikely that you'll go to the same person all the time. Well, you used to go in there. Generally, these privately owned record shops were run generally by young people. Always seemed to be young people behind the desk. And they were into what you were into, you see. I used to sell a selection of music, all different types. I'd go in, hello Chris, how are you? And that's all he would say. Hello Chris, how are you? At which point he'd immediately turn round, right, and there'd be these shelves up here, like bookshelves, but narrower. And he'd start pulling out all these records. So he'd pull out all these records. There you go, mate. Have a listen to that lot. And then you would pick up these records and take them to a turntable where you had headphones plugged in. You didn't need to bring your own. Headphones plugged in, and you would listen to them. You wouldn't listen to the whole record. You'd put these headphones on, put the needle sort of somewhere in the middle, and just carefully, you would respect the fact that they'd allow you to do this. You didn't want to damage the record. But in those days, I think we were much more respectful of other people's stuff in those days, I think. He'd be putting this needle on. No, I don't want that one. I love that one. And then when I'd finished, I'd go back to him and say, thanks so much, I'll take those ones today. All right, Chris. And you just pay your money and that's it. Put them in my little bag on my bike and off I went home again to listen to them all over again. You know? So there was one in Parsons Green. When I started doing the gay clubs, I used to go to a shop called Trax, Trax, which was in Greek Street. And the bloke that used to work there, he was gorgeous. I can't remember his name now. It's actually on my. He was a DJ himself, you see. So again, he was into, and the same sort of thing. All right, Chris, turned around. There you go. Have a listen to that. And again, there'd be a couple of decks there that you could listen to these musics. You know. And then time moved on, and we had this big Tower Records place open in Piccadilly, and I started going down there as well. And then, of course, that was during the changeover from records to CDs. And once that happened, you couldn't really tell. You couldn't really listen to a record after that. Once we'd moved on to CDs, you know, you couldn't go in Tower Records and say, can I have some music to listen to? It just wasn't possible. Which was a shame, really. You took that away. So you had to have sort of heard the music somewhere else and come there and bought the actual item. But I used to get in my car. Piccadilly was too far to cycle. I'd probably do it now if there wasn't so much traffic. I would drive. Wandsworth to Piccadilly is probably just as far as I cycle around here when I think about it. But I wasn't as old then. And you go in Tower Records, and I could be in there half an hour. All these different departments, looking at pop music, chart music, all this business. And I come out there with my little yellow bag, like I just showed you there. Okay, full of stuff. I used to drive there to Piccadilly. Now I would go up there at night time, because it was open like until sort of 12 midnight, I think it was, something like that. And I'd go up there, always on my own, buy my records and come out again. I used to come out there about 11 o'clock. But because you were going up there so late, you could literally park on Piccadilly next to the shop. There were no double red lines, didn't exist then. There was some double yellow. You wanted to keep off those. But the single yellow lines they had outside Tower Records and along that bit there was where the corner goes round. So you got, if you come up Piccadilly like that, and then there's like a sharp corner. I think, is that Oxford Street there? Round there? You go round there. That bit there obviously had double yellow lines. Very, very busy junction. Horrible junction. And you just park there and get out the car. That was that. Fantastic. And Tower Records then became Virgin Megastore sometime later, and I continued to make purchases. Or it might have been HMV. I knew it was HMV or not. Can't remember which it was now. We got a call coming in. Let's just push a button. Good morning. Morning to Daniel. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got a super chat here. Just a moment, Daniel. Very important to do the super chat, darling. There you go. Thank you very much to Leslie Ross. A £10 super chat. I'm rich today, Leslie. 10 quid. There you are. Shove that up your arse, Daniel. Good morning, Daniel. Thank you, Leslie. I'm just going to do your tickets while I'm chatting to him. All right, Leslie. Morning, Daniel. What's new?
Good. Wow.
Your first record?
My first record. I don't remember. Well, I don't remember my first record. We had loads of them.
Did you?
Loads of records over the years. But I remember I used to spend about a lot of Saturdays actually in HMV Oxford Streets.
Did you really? Oh, same place as me then. What would that be Saturday morning though, like a day out type thing?
Well, whenever I got there on a Saturday, really.
What time did you usually get there then?
Oh, about 2.
Oh, 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, so a Saturday daytime thing. The beauty of presumably you went by train, did you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the beauty of going up there at night was in those days, and I'm talking here 80s and late 80s and 90s, you could literally park, I think it was after 7 o'clock, right next to Tower Records, if you could get a space. And if you couldn't, you'd just go a little bit further down where the hotels and the Ritz is. Is it the Ritz? Is the Ritz there? I think it is, isn't it? Is that where the Ritz is?
That is Piccadilly Circus, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, Piccadilly Circus. And there was this department store who used to have wonderful Christmas lights called Simpsons. Simpsons of Piccadilly. I'm not sure that's there anymore. And Fortnum and Mason's is down that road as well. I've had afternoon tea a couple of times.
Yes. So, so I remember I've been in HMV many times. I was there.
Yeah.
Sadly, it doesn't exist anymore.
No.
I spent ages trying to find Phil Sheeran's CD. No relation to his brother Ed.
I'd forgotten. It was Tower Records. Was it Virgin or did it just become HMV? I think it was all three. Tower, then Virgin, then HMV. That same shop on the corner. I might be wrong about the Virgin one. I can't remember now. Anyway, carry on, darling. Carry on.
Yes, I spent years in HMV trying to find Phil Sheeran's CD called Orchids.
All right, what was that, about flowers?
No, it's just they had the track on it I was looking for called Saint-Tropez.
Oh, right, okay. How does that go? Could you sing it for us?
Not really. It's
Well, I'm sure you got a wonderful singing voice, darling.
It's not. I can't.
Usually,
anyway.
Usually the Lord above, if he doesn't bless you with something, he gives you something else. So as you've got a strange face, I'm wondering if you've got a good voice.
Oh.
Huh?
It was an instrumental anyway.
Can I just do Leslie's tickets? There you go, Leslie. You don't need to know your numbers, darling. There you are, my love. All those are yours. All right, I'll put them in the pot. Carry on, mate.
What else have you been? We were talking about ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah. What's your favourite?
Lemon ice cream.
Lemon. Oh, that's an unusual favourite thing. Do you mean ice cream, or do you mean that sorbet stuff that disappears in your mouth?
Well, yeah, I know, but there's a sorbet as well, isn't there? But the trouble with ice creams and sorbets is that they're always, they're not really actually, I mean, I think Delia Smith once said that she never found anything in a supermarket
Right.
that actually had cream in it. It's
Oh,
all
yes.
this milk powder and other chemical.
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a misnomer, that ice cream, isn't it?
Yes.
Didn't we have something with the Europeans years and years ago? I think I'm going back here at about 20, 25 years or so, where they told us, not that they can tell us anything anymore.
Oh, no.
Bye! Didn't they tell us at some point we couldn't call ice cream because there was no cream in it? I'm sure I remember that story.
Yeah, I think I've. Well, it depends what newspaper you might have read it in.
Yeah.
I think there was other things like sausages couldn't be called sausages because they
Right.
didn't come up to
Right.
European standard and
Yeah,
all that. But really, it's just to try and fight. I don't think I ever really had an ice cream that I thought was like above average.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit like chips as well. I don't think I've ever eaten chips that I thought, wow, these are above average.
Oh, really?
All the
Maybe
apart
you
from when
should.
I've cooked-
Maybe you should
apart
make
from
them
when I've
yourself then. Make them yourself.
Well, yeah, because we do it the triple cook method, just like
Oh, do ya?
your gaff.
Yeah, Central Station do it like that.
place,
Yeah, that's
Central
right. Yeah,
Station,
yeah.
Because
think-
all that started with Eston Blumenthal, you know.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, he started it, and then it seemed to have gone a bit viral, a bit like the virus, and it's gone round. And
He mucks about with stuff though. Heston Blumenbum, doesn't he, or whatever his name
it's
is,
all for
darling?
very good reason. I mean, once he tells you and you use your own scientific brain to work it out, you realise, oh yes, of course, that's
Yeah,
what I should
but
have been-
he
what I
mucks
should have
about.
been using a
He mucks
hairdryer
about
to
with
do my
stuff
back
though.
voice gasso.
He mucks about with stuff. He had these hot cross buns out a couple of years ago in Waitrose, and it said hot cross buns crossed with. Oh Christ, I can't remember what it is now. It's that. Oh, it's a very sweet cake, pastry, jam, pastry, icing on the top. Oh, what's that called?
Well, that doesn't sound like an hot cross bun to me. That just sounds
No,
like
no. It was the flavour. He'd put this flavour in there. Bakewell tart. He called them hot cross buns mixed with Bakewell tart. Anyway, so I bought a packet, put them in the oven, brought them out. Oh, they were vile. Absolutely vile. Didn't just because you expect. Funnily enough, I bought some hot cross buns yesterday. Blueberry hot cross buns.
Oh,
Yes, I should be having 2 of those in front of Casualty later on today.
yes. Yeah, I think that's just the point where you can only go so far. There's got to be limits with food.
Yes.
I think, and you can only go so far before you start make an absolute cock up of everything, and then you want to throw the whole lot in the bin.
Yeah.
What else was there? Oh yes, did you come across the model railways?
What model railways?
Well, it did arrive.
What did?
The actual Coca-Cola.
Oh, you had some model railways delivered yesterday. I remember now. Yeah.
Yes, it came yesterday.
Is it all set up?
Yeah, it's actually it's taken 6 pasteboards. You imagine what 6 pasteboards
What's
is
a
like?
pasteboard? Is that like a table? What you do wallpaper on?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's not very strong, is it? Don't sit on that, for Christ's sake.
Well, they may not be very. They've been topped with polystyrene blocks.
Oh, what about the legs, dear? Forget the top, dear. The legs. Don't fall on it.
Well, you just have to let them stand as they are,
Yeah?
really.
Oh,
I suppose
okay.
if they need. I mean, see, I'm not a carpenter. Woodworking is not one of my things.
You ain't got to tell
I'm
me that,
disabled in that
darling.
respect.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm disabled in that respect. You see.
Disabled? What, because you can't be a carpenter? That doesn't
Well,
make
I've
you
always
disabled,
thought
dear.
really in a way. I mean, I know we've talked a lot about disability as well here, and I've always thought in a way we could all be disabled in something, can't we? Because we can't do everything, can we?
Well,
We're
yeah,
not-
I mean, look at your face. That's fairly disabled, isn't it? You're the only person I know with a disabled face. Oh, do you know, we'd have a field day with the snow. If there's any snowflakes watching this morning, dear, they don't get humour. They don't get anything.
Oh,
They
I know.
don't get anything. They sit there as miserable as hell. There's one of them on the telly this morning, that bleeding Charlie on BBC Breakfast. What a miserable bastard that is. He never smiles. Miserable. Miserable.
Yeah, I know. In fact, talking to them, you know, Rachel Wheatland's once said. She said.
Nothing wrong with Rachel's face. What are you saying about Rachel's
she once
face?
said to me.
Rude. Eh?
She once no.
Oh, sorry.
Really, she once said to me that me and you would actually be a very good double act.
Did she really? A double
Yeah,
act?
she said it in the chat box.
What, you mean like
And then
as
weeks ago.
partners?
She
With
didn't
you,
actually
dear?
use the word double act. She actually said couple first, and I had to pull her up on that.
Oh,
I said, Rachel.
Couple? With you?
Yeah.
With that
Yeah.
hair?
I said, Rachel, come on, there's limits.
Well, I mean, go down the gym for about 5 years and I'll have a look after that and make a decision.
I don't need a gym down in Romford. All I have to do is go on the stairs, just run up and down the stairs about 10 times.
You see
a
some of
day.
these blokes down. I'm sorry, don't do it for me at all. Obviously, it won't do it for you because you're straight. But these blokes that go down the gym, I like a little bit of definition. You know what I mean? Like, actually, that Lewis Hamilton, that sort of shape. These blokes that go down the gym and then they go like that, and all these veins shoot up. Oh, it's horrible. It's
Ooh.
horrible, that is.
Yeah.
Don't like that at all. I'm sure some of the
Yeah.
ladies on there like that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, I don't really want to see veins going through.
No,
people.
neither do I, dear. Awful.
Yeah. Ah. Well, you've certainly worn me out this morning, Chris.
Have I really?
Just,
Let's hope
just-
that's the only time I do wear you out, my love. People have been begging to leave my house before. I shall leave it on that. Thanks very much for calling in, Danny. A pleasure
Yes.
as always. Really, I hope you enjoy your new little train set there. That's fabulous. That is fabulous.
Yes. Okay, and I'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah,
Or...
send my love to your mother as well, darling. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye,
Excellent,
Danny.
Chris.
Danny in Romford, I think it's Romford, he is in Essex this morning there. 0208 144 3477. Let's just do some of your messages that are kind of building up a little bit here. Good morning to Andy. Andy's having trouble sending texts this morning. Don't know why that is, but welcome along, Andy. All right, my darling. I got a message from Vodafone telling me I had to make one call a year, which I'm not quite sure what that means, but or one call every 180 days. Don't know why. I don't call out. There's no credit on this, so I can't call out from that. Morning to Peter. Peter says Kay Burley is still on a 6-month suspension leave, so no Kay Burley till May at least. Good. I hope so. Peter, I got 2 texts from you this morning. What are you talking about? Denise says, good morning, Mr. Reardon. I can remember the first record I bought. Bobby Darin, Things. Da 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 da. Things, da 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 da, things. That one. That's a nice song. Morning, Denise. I can't remember my first kiss, but my music has always been my first love. Music was my first love, and it will be my last. Music of the future and music of the past. That's not a bad song to sing at a karaoke, because then it goes into like a 5-minute instrumental. Get Orton to play that on his shows. Is he on now? I think Orton might be on the radio now, is he? My friend Orton Andrews. Thanks very much for that. Is anyone else having trouble sending text? Let's have a look. I mean, there's plenty of text coming in here, so it can't be me. Mike in Brighton, first record I bought was Sugar Baby Love. Sugar... I'm going to sing them all. Every time you got a suggestion, I'll sing them all. Sugar Baby Love. Sugar baby love, a da 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 da, ba ba ba, shawadi, ba ba. Sugar baby. Oh, they had all that tartan, didn't they? I'm not sure that my sister watched that one, but there we are. Morning to Paul Paul in Cornwall. Morning, Paul. Good morning, my dear. Have a great weekend. Take care and keep safe in this crazy world. We're all crazy here, gang. We're all crazy. Good morning to Shania, who writes simply, hello from US. Have you moved, darling, to the United States? Jeff, my first record, Johnny Kidd and the Pirates on I'll Never Get Old for You. That one, yes. Excellent, Jeff. Pet Sounds LP from the Beach Boys. Linda. The Beach Boys. Jack around, I get around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That one? Yes. By the way, Jeff, it's okay that you're doing it, but I've got you in the system now, so I know it's you always. All right, my darling? I'm just getting through a few of these messages at the moment. First record Jason bought was Orville. I wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't. You can. I can't. That one. Gareth in Luton. Morning, Gareth. Not Luton, in Loxton, in Welsh Wales. Good morning to you, Gareth. John Parrish, my first record was Albatross by Fleetwood Mac. First album was Rubber Soul by the Beatles with Dark Side of the Moon. Thank you, John. Adam the Plumber, good morning to you. First record I ever bought was Come on, chameleon, you come and go, from Boy George and, of course, Culture Club. I worked with Boy George for only once. It was on a radio station called Freedom FM 20-odd years ago. He's nice. He's nice, Boy George. First tape was Manfred Mann Mannequin Time, and the first CD I got was The Locomotion with Kylie Minogue. Boom, boom, boom. Where's my widescreen cut? Boom. Everybody's doing a brand new blah. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Da-da. You were looking at my bum then. Don't look at my bum. Don't look at my bum, you filthy, dirty people this morning. People looking at my bum. It's outrageous. Thank you. Morning to Sherry, DMP. Morning, Sherry. They've got up a bit late there. I should think so too. Very cold, isn't it? Mick Davenport, the first record I bought was Tony Basil. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. Da, 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 da. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. This is great this morning, isn't it? Thank you, Mike Reese-Ponto. First 45 record I bought was Grandad, love you. That's what they all said to you. Clive Dunn, of course, Dad's Army fame as well. Morning to Fran Green, who mentions the Echo Dot, which you can listen to my radio show on that. If you win that, whoever wins that will indeed be able to listen to the radio show. That's the Super Chat prize next week, gang. Okay, every time you send a £1 super chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket for that. There's not too many tickets in there at the moment, all right? So just let you know that. We've done the Peter Wright one. We've done the Maureen one. Excellent. So I'm just catching up on those texts there. Let's just go down there and put that there. Put that there. A couple of people say they're having trouble with the text, but as you can see, there's plenty of them coming in there. 020-8144-3477. Oh, we've got a call coming in there now from Mr. Peter. Right, good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Chris. It's an update on what's going on with the text service. I can help you out there because a lot of people are unable to send texts this morning.
Well, there seems to be a lot coming through at the moment.
Yeah, the issue is with Free Network. I've been on the live chat to them. It's an issue with Free Network. So
the Three Network?
They may not. Andy's on Free Network.
Oh, right, yeah.
Issue with their network this morning.
They got trouble on there, have they? Oh, shall I try and send one to myself? Because I'm on 3. Shall I try and send one to myself? Oh, the actual text-in number here is a Vodafone number. Okay, it's a Vodafone number there.
Network, Andy's on that at the moment.
Right.
So he's got issues sending the texts like me this morning.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, well, that answers that then, doesn't it? I hope they sort that out before the bingo.
Oh, yeah, so do I, Chris.
Yes.
Otherwise, buggered.
675. We'll find a way around it anyway. Test.
Yeah.
I'm just sending a test
yeah.
message to myself now. Continue, bitch. Have you gone?
No, I'm here. Sorry. Yeah. So.
I thought you hadn't paid your bill.
Just at the moment.
Right.
Hopefully it should be fixed soon.
Well, I'm concurring that I have not received my text from my 3 number, so you must be right there.
Yeah. So there is an issue then all over the place.
Yes.
Free network. Oh dear, that's not so good. So some of us might have a problem this morning.
Not to worry, dear.
I thought I'd ring out and let you know what's happening. It's all confusing this morning.
Why are you confused, darling?
Well, I was sending texts miles later after you've done the story, you know.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Yeah, but that happens sometimes with people. It's just the way it is. You can always do an email. The trouble is with an email, you have to come out of the program sometimes, unless you've got a couple of devices. You can always send an email. Well, you do. You know, you have sent one. If you can't get the text, just send an email. No problem. We were talking about records earlier, Peter. Have you bought many? Have you bought records before? Or are you too young to have bought a record?
No, I haven't really bought no records, I'm afraid.
CDs?
Yeah, I've got thousands of CDs.
Do you remember the first one you bought, Peter?
Oh, God. Probably one of the Now ones. You know,
Oh, yeah. People collect those, don't they? Some people collect those. They got the whole lot from Now.
Now 107, I think. Now.
I would imagine the Now 1, still sealed, would be worth a little bit of money now.
83, what I remember.
Yes, didn't they re-release some of them, some of the older ones? I think they might have re-released some of them recently.
Not sure on that one.
No.
No.
All right, Peter, well, have a nice day. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, no problem, Chris.
We'll see you for the bingo tomorrow night. Bye-bye, darling.
I'll be there. Bye.
All right,
Bye.
Peter. Cheerio now. Phone line 020-8144-3477 is my number. The text in 07551259675. If you're on 3, you might have trouble getting the stuff to me. All right, my loves. Slow cookers. Who's got a slow cooker? Oh, hang on. Gary Ross, my cousin, bought me Adam and Stand and Deliver. I promise all your life. Just a moment. We need a gun for that. Oh, I haven't got one here, a gun. Oh, I know. Stand and deliver your promise. Oh, that was clever, weren't it? My staples have just shot out. Oh, I hope I don't stand on those staples. Hang on, there we are. Stand and deliver your... I'm now going to live staple my head. Here, look. Ah! Ah! Not really! Can't believe he stamped his head. 0208 144 3477. I'd love to talk to you this morning. Slow cookers. Who's got one of those? Do you use it very often? I do. What do you cook in your slow cooker? Now, my friend who's in Cleethorpes, Danny, he's got one. He does chickens in it. A whole chicken he puts in his slow cooker. Do you have to do something to it, like cover it in grease or oil, or do you literally take it out of the packet and put it in and it's done? I think he has it on for hours. I do a lot of spicy stuff, as you know. I do something called campfire stew. If you type that into Google, what is it, campfire? Let me see. I'll tell you what to type in if you want the recipe. I changed the recipe about to suit myself. Campfire stew. I think it's something like non-mums or something like that. Hang on a minute. There it is. Pinch of nom. Campfire stew dash pinch of nom. N-O-M. And I tell you what's in it. It's very spicy and I literally do it overnight. You know, I have this thing in there for 8 hours, sometimes 10, 12, depending on, even longer sometimes. If I'm doing something, you just turn it down, you know. I've got 3 settings on my slow cooker: low, high, and auto. And usually I put it on auto and be done with it. Now, when I'm cooking that sort of thing, I always put the slow... I'm very lucky. I've got like a... Not a porch, not an enclosed porch. I've got a little bit where you come in and that's like enclosed. So at night time, if I'm doing this sort of cooking, the actual cooker goes outside. Otherwise, the whole house is smelling of spices. You know, people from other countries, a lot of people, when you go around their houses, you go, oh, Christ, what's that smell? Well, it's just the spices that I've got into the walls and things like that. And I can't be having any of that here. I can't be waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and having a smell of chilies going through the whole house. So I do that. I also do spaghetti arrabbiata. I want to try vegetable soup in the slow cooker. I'm going to have a go at that as well. But they are great things, slow cookers. They're really good. If you've not used one before, if you bought one, I think you'd like it. You literally put everything in there and turn it on and leave it. And after 6, 8, 10, 12 hours, it's done. You don't need to stir it really. You can stir it if you want. I tend to stir mine once or twice. John Parrish says, brown the chicken in a frying pan or beef to seal it. Plonk it in the slow cooker 4 hours or until cooked. That's what John Parrish does. What about you? Do you do slow cooker stuff? And I mention it because there's a sale on. Now, funnily enough, I was in Lidl, not yesterday, the Friday before, late at night, like 9:30 at night. I took my mate there. And they had slow cookers, and they were so cheap in there, it was unbelievable. He said they were like £10. But I've seen an advert in The Sun today, and it says Asda have reduced slow cookers by up to 31%. Asda's reduced slow cookers by up to 31%, and the prices now start from £8. £8. Now, you get a small one for that. The electronic hot pots could come in handy if you're looking to create hearty dishes for the family at home this winter. Now, you can do, obviously, your whole family do it. The biggest one they do there, the one that I've got is £15. That's dirt cheap. I've had mine 2 years. Still works perfectly all right. Perfectly all right. They're really good. So easy. The Sun spotted the discounts on Asda's website, and we've asked how long the supermarket, whether they'll be available in stores and for how long. In the meantime, it could be worth giving your local Asda store a ring before heading over to avoid disappointment. All right? So there we are. I thought I'd let you know about that, but they've got the small ones, they've got £8. I mean, if you're on your own, that would be good. I've got one of the small ones. I don't use it, though, because what I do is I literally fill... And it's big. I wish I'd brought mine up now to show you. It's big. When I fill that up and turn it on, okay, when it's finished, I've got like 8 meals there. And I've got these little glass Tupperware things, you know. Little glass Tupperware things. And I ladle it out into that. Then I completely let it cool down, like overnight. Don't be putting stuff that's not even slightly warm. Don't put it in the freezer because your freezer starts going mad. Alarms go beep, 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 beep. Alarms going off and everything, dear. Because the temperature's coming down. It must be completely cool. So what I tend to do is I'll ladle it out into these glass things and then I just leave them lids off on the side. I put a tea towel over them just in case there's any insects or anything about them. Mind you, I don't think the insects would be interested in my campfire stew. So much chili, they'd go completely off their heads, these insects. They'd be buzzing like that, wouldn't they? I don't like insects, darling. Cockroaches and things like that. Oof, dear. People eat them in China, dear, and other countries. Vietnam, they're the worst. You want to see the crap that they eat? Live animals. Oh, it's vile. Lobsters being ripped. Oh, it's just awful, awful. Anyway, slow cooker, fantastic. Asda is where you want to get those from. All right, my love. Now, have you got, for my radio show, I use a lot of beds. Now, beds are the bits of music that I play underneath when I'm doing chatty bits. The chatty bits are actually called links. They link between one song. I was going to say one record. People don't say records anymore. They say song. They say song. So they link. My little bit of chat is a link. It links between one song and the next song. So when you hear these radio... And I always like to explain people things like that to people because they don't know. It is like proper radio and TV people, and they start rabbiting on about stuff, and you think, how do normal people understand what the hell you're saying? Don't be bleeding off your... so full of self-importance, some of these people. So I always try and explain it. So a link is the bit of chat I do between two records. And under the link, the bit of chat, I like to play a bed, which is a bit of music with no talking on it. So that kind of adds to the effects. Do you know what I mean? For example, I can do this with this one because this is my... I've paid for this one, you know, so... Right, so I'm now running a bed under my talking. Now, it wouldn't work doing a video show to have a bit of music going underneath you all the time. I think would be blooming annoying. I've seen people doing YouTube videos and they constantly got this music going underneath them. I said, why have you got music playing? It's very, very annoying. On the radio, it works really well. Now, I've got quite a lot of beds now. Do you have any suggestions of beds, bits of music, maybe TV themes, or even songs? Songs, the instrumental version of songs that you'd like me to play underneath my links, my little bits of chat when I'm doing the radio show. Your suggestions for musical beds, please, this morning. Okay? As I say, could be a TV theme, piece of classical music maybe, or the instrumental versions of a song that you like. Now, I've got quite a few, as I say already. I'd like more. I was up here the other day, spent 3 hours looking for new music and new beds and things like that. So if you've got any suggestions for musical beds, send them through on the text 07551 259 675 or email them, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Or you can call in about them either, whatever you want to do. Mike says, what's your recipe for campfire stew? I just said, Mike, you'll have to look that up on there because it's a long recipe. Type in campfire stew, pinch of nom, N-O-M, okay? And you'll find the recipe there. It's very, very spicy. Very nice, Mike. Very nice, all right? 0208 144 3477. Suggestions for musical beds this morning I'm after. Let's just clear those down there. All right, so that's that. I got a new bed yesterday. What was the one I did yesterday? I'll tell you. Oh, hang on a minute. What have I done there? Did I just hit a button there? I'm not going anywhere, not yet. Oh, Christ. Dear me, sorry, I just knocked a load of buttons there. Mike in Brighton says Enya's music is often used for adverts, and that could be used for beds. Enya, let me write that down. Enya, beds suggestion. I'm writing these down now. Beds suggestion, Enya. And yeah, sorry, did I blow some of your ear holes out then? Sorry about that. Fran Green says the first record I bought was Diana Ross and the Supremes, Golden Greats. I have remembered. Oh, Diana Ross. Oh, ooh, ooh, that one, stuff like that. It's all right, isn't it? We like a bit of Diana Ross. Stop in the name of love and tell me what you are. Something like that, isn't it? Last night for dinner, I had halloumi burgers. Now, you get those from Aldi. They're probably on the sort of more of they're not a little bit pricier than perhaps some of their other stuff, but they are very nice. Halloumi burgers from Aldi. Now, I had a couple of lovely soft white rolls from Marks and Spencer's. So I'd done 2 halloumi burgers, and I thought, just for adding a bit of vegetables, I'll slice up a raw onion. Oh God, that was a mistake. So I bought this, and I'm a fan of cooked onions, fried onions. You don't have to put any oil in there. Just fry them as they are. No need for any oil. Gorgeous. I used to have those in the morning on a Saturday morning for breakfast years ago. When I did a fried breakfast, you know, there'd be... So when I used to eat dead animals, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. When I used to eat dead animals, I'd have bacon, sausages, eggs, baked beans, and fried onions. Oh, and fried bread. When's the last time I had that? 1,000,000 calories in half a slice of fried bread. I'll tell you that now, I lie not. Delicious. But you don't need to put them in oil. I used to have fried onions in the morning. I used to stink. Still do. Oh, last night I didn't fry them. I just cut them raw, put those in there. And I'm eating this balloon burger, and the onion went right up into my sinuses. Do you know what I mean? Has that happened to you? The raw onion went right up there, oh, like that. A little bit like an ice cream burn, but different, very different. I had to take the raw onion out in the end. In future, I'll put them in the frying pan first, I think. What else have we got? Some stuff to watch on Netflix that I've just started watching. Lupin. Lupin. Excellent programme. It's French, okay, but it's been dubbed quite well into English, so no problem at all watching that at all. And it's about this man whose father was accused of stealing... What was it he stole? Was it a necklace? He stole something. I think it might have been a necklace. Oh, I can't remember now. Was it a necklace? He was accused of stealing something, and eventually he hangs himself in a prison. But his son doesn't believe he stole it, basically. And his son is gorgeous. He's really tall. He's like this. And his son is very clever. His son breaks into the prison. It's very, very clever. That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay? So that's on Netflix. It's a TV series. Lupin. Lupin. Very good. On Netflix. And last night, I watched a film, Outside the Wire. Okay? And it's about these Americans and robot soldiers. Oh, they're fabulous. I want one. I want a robot soldier. They're great, they are. They've got these armies of soldiers. And if you are on the right side, okay, the robot soldiers, you only need one of them to do it, according to this film, right? You let the robot soldier look at you in the face, and then once it's done it, then appears to send your face to all the other robot soldiers on your side, and then it knows you're on its side, and it won't shoot you. And these robot soldiers are jumping out of the van, and they're shooting. Oh, it's fabulous. Fabulous. And then there's a bloke who is an android, but you wouldn't think he was an android. It starts off, this other soldier, as in proper soldier, he works on the drone section. So basically, he's doing his war by sitting in a room and pushing little buttons and things like that. Well, he gets put on a proper assignment where he has to actually go in action, and he can't cope with it. But it's very, very good. Very good film. So watch that on Netflix if you want something to watch. Outside the Wire. That's on there now. I think that's a 2021 film, so it's a brand new film. Also, I noticed that all the Star Treks are on Netflix. Did you know that? All of them. Original series, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, and Discovery, and the cartoon series as well. Did you know there was a cartoon series of Star Trek? Well, there is. There is. And they're all on Netflix. So if you're a Trekkie, I didn't realise that the other day. It kind of came up on a suggestion thing, all right? Fran says, talking of music beds, I was listening to you saying bitches on someone else's show. Oh, yeah, that would have been right, Fran. It's not an offensive word. It's not an offensive word. Mike Responto, here's a good tune you could use. Ricky Dink by Sounds Incorporated. Rinky Dink. Okay, put that down. Rinky Dink. I seem to remember a song with the words Rinky Dink. Thank you, Mike. Rinky Dink. That's an old couple of words, isn't it? Rinky Dink. Oh, what was the... Like Rinky Dink, something like that. Anyone remember that? Peter says it looks like now the whole of the 3 network has gone down. Has it? Yeah, look. There you go. Message failed to send. There you go. It's all gone wrong. Can I still make a call from here? Hang on a minute. Let's see if I can make a call. Can you make a call from 3? What's my phone number? I don't even know. 0208 Here it is. Put that on there. What is it? 0208. Let's see if that works. Oh, yeah, you can still make calls. You just can't send texts. Oh, well, not to worry. That slowed you down a bit, hasn't it, Peter? Thank God for that. Let's hope it goes down more often. 1 minute. Who's sending spams? No one. Good. So that's that. I told you about the laptop. Good. Some news stories for you on the show today. Now you'll love this. Do you like trains? Yeah, Daniel. You like trains, don't you? I think I've sent you this already. Check that out. Oh, look at that. The new magnet train. In the Sun this morning is reporting a new super-fast train that aims to reach speeds of nearly 400 miles an hour. Do planes go that fast? I don't think all the planes go that fast, do they? I think the jumbos do about... Would I be right in saying 580 mile an hour? A jumbo jet? The new super... This is in China. The new Super Bullet maglev train prototype was revealed on a small stretch of test track in Chengdu. It was created by scientists at a university who think the train could travel at speeds of some jet planes. Wow. I love anything that involves travelling. I love this. The aim is for the vehicle to be a next generation magnetic levitation train that will be cheaper and much faster than current train options. It's designed to travel at 385 miles an hour. That's like travelling on a train from London to Paris. 47 minutes that would take. How long does it take me to get to Central Station on a Monday night from here? 2 hours. Inching along in that car. I don't miss that part of it, really. The traffic I had to deal with. However, the researchers won't stop there and hope to push up to speeds of 497 mile an hour. I wonder how they get to the like 97. Why don't they just say 500? You know. A similar maglev train is aiming to be up and running in Japan in 2027. Wow. I think that's fantastic. The Chinese researchers say they think their design is more efficient than the Japanese one. The new maglev train in China relies on superconductor technology, which could make it faster and lighter than its rivals. It has no wheels and no driver because it uses a special magnetic track to pull it along. Lighter trains means the cost of building new lines, tunnels and bridges should be reduced. I suppose... I mean, I don't know much about engineering and all that, but if it's on one of those magnet railways, so there's nothing touching, is it? It just kind of sits above it. Does that mean you can't have an accident? Do you know what I mean? Of course, cars, like my car, is made in a certain way that if you have an accident, there is a certain amount of protection, isn't there? If you remove any chance of ever having an accident, then I suppose you don't need all that hardness around you, do you? Therefore, it would be lighter. The prototype train is yet to complete a full trip. A lot of fine-tuning would need to be done before we see it in action. I think that's fantastic. Do you want to have another look at that? Look at that train. Here it is. Look. How fantastic does that look? Wow. Beautiful. And it's just floating It's floating above the thing there, isn't it? Wow. Amazing. Totally amazing, that. All right. So that's that. What else have we got here? What was I going to talk about today? Have I done? Let me just refer to my list of what I sorted out for you today, gang. Don't like to miss anything out. I like to get through my whole menu of items, as you well know. Content, there we are. That's the content there. I think we're going to start our new Monday night show next week as well, okay? 8 o'clock Monday night, so we've got an extra show now. Monday night, 8 o'clock, okay? Tower Records, Music Beds. Do you ever go running? Here's one for you. Do you ever go running? I asked this question because my mate's they're not together anymore. My mate and his other half, they're still in the same house. 14 years they've been together. It's a long time, isn't it? Not together anymore. That's just how it is. Sometimes things just kind of run their course, don't they? As you well know, when I'm with someone, it tends to run its course after 30 minutes usually. 20 minutes sometimes. 10 minutes sometimes. No, in a public place. But, aren't I terrible? I'm so terrible. Please, Shania, say prayers for me immediately, darling. I need prayers said for me immediately. Incidentally, those of you that watch my religious music and hymns channel and watch the Mass on Sunday mornings will notice the emblem has changed from a picture of me to a gold cross, okay? I thought it was more suitable. My picture on the blooming church thing, you don't want that. It's good. Should be a cross, so that's what it is now, okay? But anyway, his other half, his ex-other half, he posted a picture last night of, I'm in love with these. Now, the pair of them like labels. They are obsessed with labels. Louis Vuitton and Ralph Lauren and all this whole business. Apple. Earpods. He's got earpods, hasn't he, my mate? 250 quid. Me, £25 ones. Work perfectly all right. Nothing wrong with it. Shania, have you set yours up yet? Your earphones, your little wireless earphones? Have you set those up yet, my love? Huh? Anyway, one of my other mates, he lost one of his earpods. Yeah? And the price of replacing one earpod is more than half if you was to buy two. So I recommend in future, if you're going to buy earpods, buy two lots. Cheaper when you lose one. Okay? Don't buy the Apple ones. 250 quid he paid for his. Anyway, so he's posted a picture of this pair of trainers on his Instagram. Or as the kids call it, Insta. Check me out on Insta. I've got Insta. I don't use it much. Insta. And he says, currently in love with these. And he's got a picture of a pair of trainers. Now, he started doing like gym type things, but in his house. I think he's been watching too much Love Island. You know, the fellas on there. Beautiful bodies, crap personalities. Except for that doctor one. He seems to be decent, doesn't he? Oh, if only I could go on one of those Love Island programmes and wear just a small pair of shorts. I don't think people would like it. They'd see it as some sort of, seal or something that had escaped from a zoo, wouldn't they? Oh, well, one of those things. And he put currently in love with those. So I put a message underneath them saying, oh, are you going to use these? Are you going to start running? I used to run and I built up over a period of time to over an hour, but I overdid it. And I was going out and running for an hour and a quarter, an hour and a half every single day. This is some years ago now. This is going back 7, 8, maybe 10 years now. As long as that. And I always remember, I used to enjoy it. I felt so good after I'd finished a run. Really good. There's a point when you're running where you get to and you're just running and suddenly you are overcome with endorphins and they make you feel good. And I'd get back here and I used to feel wonderful, tired, but great. And then one day I was doing this run and suddenly I got this terrific pain on the side of my knee. And rather foolishly, perhaps, when you're doing exercising and stuff like that, you carry on, you see. You don't stop. You should stop immediately and go home. That's what your body's telling you to do. But no, you carry on. And I continued and I finished my course with this terrible pain in my knee anyway. And then from that point, it just kept coming back. I went to the doctor and he said, do you go running? I said, yeah. He said, right, stop. Stop now. He said, walk as far as you want, you won't have a problem. It's the constant jarring of your foot going down. And I'd overdone it, you see. And it's never been right since. It's okay at the moment. It can be aggravated by cycling and kneeling down, like what you do at church. Kneeling down and cycling can really aggravate it, can bring the pain back. Or sometimes, oddly enough, going downstairs. I don't know why that would be. So I mentioned this to him on his Facebook. Then I get this phone call, don't I, from my mate. He says, an hour? I'm like, an hour what? He said, you just sent Andy a message saying that you run for an hour. I said, well, not anymore, I don't. Yeah. He said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. He doesn't believe me. I said, in fact, I used to run for an hour and a quarter, hour and a half. And the reason I started doing that running, right, was because I had a holiday booked to Australia. This was... I'll tell you when it was, actually. 2006, I think it was. 2006, if I remember rightly. I'd already booked to Australia, and I had these visions in my head of being able to run along the beach. Well, in actual fact, so what I did is I started running for over here. I started doing the running over here, and I thought I'll build it up, and then by the date, I'll be able to run along the beach. Well, unfortunately, it's not as easy as that. It's difficult to run along the beach because every time you put your foot down, your foot sinks into the sand. But nevertheless, I did it and I carried on for quite a while, a couple of years. And then I had that knee problem. He's convinced I never ran it. He don't believe me. And then apparently he says, Andy says he won't be running in those trainers. I'm like, why not? He said they're Louis Vuitton trainers. £750, dear, for a pair of trainers. I've seen trainers like that in Selfridges. I bought a pair of expensive jeans a few years ago. Of course, can't get into them anymore, can I? But I did. I bought expensive jeans from Selfridges some years ago. And then you have to go past like the Louis Vuitton bit. And we had a look at the trainers in there. And they are £700, £800, £900 for a pair of trainers. My younger nephew wouldn't think twice about buying something like that if he had the money. I'll tell you that now. You know. Just madness, isn't it? £750 on a pair of trainers. What would you spend on trainers? Me, £35, absolute maximum, thank you very much. No more than that. That's the trainer's story then. Can you help this man find £220 million? Now, I think the show on Wednesday night just gone, I came up to you with a story about this bloke who had forgotten his password. Do you remember? He'd forgotten his password. Sorry, that's the wrong thing there, isn't it? Forgotten his password. And he had 2 more attempts. Otherwise, he was going to lose all his bitcoins. Don't even ask me what they are. It's just very complicated. Bitcoins. Well, there's another one. In the Sun this time. This one's here in the UK. The other bloke, I think, was in the States. A computer geek threw away a hard drive containing £220 million in bitcoins. Now, I've read about bitcoins. What are they? And I still can't make any sense of it. I've read several things. What is a bitcoin and how do you get them? Don't ask me. I've read it, don't understand. This bloke is only 35. He stored 7,500 bitcoins on his computer in 2009 when the digital currency was practically worthless. So I suppose he got them really cheap and they just increased in value. I don't know. He later forgot about the stash and accidentally threw away the hard drive at a council landfill site in 2013 near his home in Newport in Wales. In Wales. Where Gary Owen... Where's Gary Owen? He's stopped doing his shows, isn't he? The price of a Bitcoin has since soared, and his virtual wallet now amounts to around £220 million. His IT engineer previously appealed to the council to search the city's landfill site, but it keeps getting rejected. He wants to go and look for it. Christ, how long will that take? Going through people's old nappies and things like that. Ooh. Bits of food thrown away. He hoped a 25% reward, roughly £55 million, would be an incentive. But Killjoy council chiefs say they are bound by their licensing permit. Oh. James said, I had 2 identical hard drives and I threw out the wrong one. Now, you remember that when you're copying hard drives to hard drives, be very careful with that, because you can delete both of them. It's easily done. He said, I'm not the only person who has ever thrown out the wrong thing, but it usually doesn't cost people over £200 million. I have to laugh about it now, because what else can I do? There's a pot of gold for someone at the end of the rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. That one. The dad of 2 reckons the hard drive would still be in good enough working order to retrieve the Bitcoin files, even after 7 years. There's no guarantee of that because of the environment it's been in, but there are other things that give me confidence. So, I don't understand. Hasn't someone else... So, if I have this thing... Here we are, where's one? All right. So I've got one of these. These things, a couple of these things I've got. Little things. And the thing comes out in it. That's it. One of those. So he's saying that £220 million are stored on those. I don't get it. I just don't understand that at all. How that works. It's a complete mystery to me. We're going to close the phone lines now, gang. Thank you very much. Those couple of yous called in this morning. Lines are now closed. You cannot call in. If you call in, no one will answer because no one loves you. Too late. Too late. I think that's about it today, isn't it? We've done that. Oh, there's some new speed guns. Bad news, those of you that like to go really fast. Dashing through the snow in a 1-horse open sleigh. Not anymore, you can't. They got new speed guns. Oh, we need the money. They're not speed guns. They're safety cameras, please. Motorists, beware. It says in the Daily Mail. Police forces around the country are trialling new handheld speed guns that will make it far easier for them to catch and find road users who exceed limits like you. You're going too fast. Slow down. A number of UK constabularies, including Northumbria Police and Warwickshire Police in recent months, have announced that they are beginning to use the latest version of the blue cameras, which have been described as next generation enforcement devices. Let's not worry about people burgling or mugging old ladies and things. Let's catch the motorist that's doing an extra 2 miles an hour, you know. The devices cost £10,000 each. Oh, I'll buy 2. Can identify a vehicle make, model and read a number plate from distances of up to 750 metres in daylight at night. What's a metre? Oh, I don't know what a metre is, dear. What is that? Is that in it? Metre? I think I'm how high would I be? 2 metres? I don't know. All details are captured and can be uploaded to a database, and penalty charge notices automatically posted to the vehicle keeper's address, meaning there's no need for officers to even stop motorists to issue fines. Won't even stop you now. Well, that's good. So if you're speeding, you can just carry on. No problem. How is that being safe? How's that being safe? Huh? You see, you tell us there's safety cameras. If someone's not being stopped, then you haven't stopped them from doing the speed. Have you? No. The devices Police forces have already confirmed they have taken delivery of the new gadgets, confirming that officers are undertaking training to use them effectively to improve speed enforcement in their areas. So there you go. So you won't necessarily be stopped. You won't find out until you get home a couple of days later. And there it is. That brown envelope with a little window on the floor there waiting for you. Okay? Shocking. All right, gang, we're going to wrap it up there today. Thanks very much for joining us on the show on this Saturday morning. Next talk show will be Monday night at 8 o'clock, okay? Monday night at 8 o'clock is our next chat show. I hope you'll be able to join me there. Tomorrow night is bingo night. Again, 8 o'clock, Sunday night bingo. That is on the bingo channel, okay? Do I have a bingo poster? Oh, I got a bingo poster. There it is. Thebingochannel.co.uk. Put that in your address bar and you'll find us there. Look for that little logo, okay? Look for that little logo, which cost me £9. £9 that picture cost. Look forward to Casualty tonight on BBC One Colour around 8 o'clock. It's a good night on telly Saturday now. We got The Wheel with Michael McIntyre, Spin the Wheel, and Casualty after that. Doesn't get any better. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching and joining in on this Saturday morning. I'll see you again for another chat show, 8 o'clock Monday night, or bingo tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Cheerio now.